All right, we're using linear equations in slope-intercept form. I know I've asked you this a million times, but can you tell me the equation for your linear equation? Y equals mx plus b. If you don't know this by memory by now, you need to study it. All right, so what we're going to be doing is they're going to give you a slope and a point, and you need to write the linear equation. So, example 1. They tell you that the point they want you to use is -1, 3, and the slope equals -4. So if I were to plug all this in, I know what my slope is, so I can plug in where the m is. So I get 4. Now how am I going to find the y-intercept, the plus b at the end? I can plug in my x and y, right? So x would be -1 and y would be 3. So I can say 3 equals 4 times -1 plus b. Now I have enough numbers I can solve for the variable. What's 4 times -1? -4. How do I move the -4? It's a negative, so we add. So 4 plus 3 is?
7.
So my y-intercept is 7. So now I can rewrite the equation. Y equals, my slope was 4, x plus 7. So there's a linear equation with the slope of 4 that passes through the point -1, 3. Any questions?
How'd you get 4?
It told me in the instructions the slope is 4. Oh, it's -4. Whoops. So now I got to change everything. This becomes a positive.
It just becomes -7?
No, because then you're going to subtract. Negative times a negative becomes a positive. So then I'm going to have to subtract 4. So then 3 minus 4 gives me a -1. See? Pays to read your instructions better than I did. -1.
Would you change the 4 as well?
Yep. This would be a -4. He's so dramatic. Whatever story he's telling behind me.
I feel like that would be fun. Because it's like, it always comes, what person is like
All right, let's look at example 2. This time they've given you 2 points. We have -2, 5, and 2, -1. So, can I find my slope?
Yeah.
What equation am I using?
y2 minus y1.
Very good. Over x2 minus x1. So, does it matter which ones I choose? No. So the first one's going to be my 2's. So I'm going to say 5 minus a -1 over -2 minus 2. What's 5 minus a -1? It'd be 5 plus 1. Yep, so 6 over -2 minus 2, -4. I can reduce that, right? -3 over 2. So that's my slope. Now how do I find the y-intercept?
We do that thing we do.
So we're going to take the slope and then pick one of these 2 points. It doesn't matter which one. I tend to pick whichever one's smaller because the math is, I can do it in my head. So I'm going to say -1 equals -3/2 times 2 plus b. What's -3/2 times 2? Did you get -3? So then I add 3, so I get 2, so b equals 2. So then I rewrite the equation, y equals negative 3/2 x plus 2. Any questions on that? Good? All right, let's look at 3. Now we're going to get into when it looks like when it's a function. So they told you that the function of 4 equals 9. The function of negative 4 equals negative 7. They want you to, again, write this in slope-intercept form. Do you guys remember when you see what the number that's inside this parentheses, what letter does that stand for? X. So I can write this point as negative 4 is my x, and then this is the y. So this would be negative 7 over here. This top one would be 4, 9. So now I have 2 points. Can I find the slope? Yep. So 9 minus a negative 7 over 4 minus a negative 4. 9 plus 7, 16. 4 plus 4. Well, that makes it easy. What's 16 divided by 8? 2. All right, so now I can plug in my slope, and one of those 2 points, I'm going to pick the positive stuff. So 9 equals 2 times 4 plus b. 2 times 4 is 8. So I'm going to subtract 8. And I get b equals what? So then you can rewrite your equation. Y equals 2x plus 1. All right, so when you see the function of something equals something, don't let that intimidate you. Just remember, whatever's in the parentheses stands for x, and whatever it equals stands for y, so you can create a point out of that. Any questions on that? All right. The rest is real life problems. I don't think you need me to help you with those. All right, so what you're going to be doing is numbers 3 through 8, all of them, and then 11 through 29, just the odd numbers. So 3 through 8 is all, and then 11 through 29, just the odd numbers. All right?